Hey, it's Brett and Coach here, and today I am exploring Lakeview, specifically the Northalstead / Boystown part of the neighborhood, to do some thrifting as well as a haircut. So let's stop into Out of the Closet, which helps with AIDS and HIV research and testing. Let's stop there first. And they always have a lot of fun with their window displays, and they're constantly getting new items so they never run out, so inventory is always changing. And if you're looking for a bunch of different weird patterns, Out of the Closet is the place to be. They also have a very wide breadth of clothing types, and stuff that looks a little bit familiar. But I decided not to pick up this shirt. Or this one for that matter, which I deeply regret. So if anyone knows anything about this shirt, please put it in the comments below. Besides plenty of clothing, they have plenty of CDs and games, as well as home goods, including this beautiful teapot. And I'm an avid board game collector, so I did check out what they had in stock, but I didn't pick anything up. So an interesting thing about this neighborhood in particular is that it actually went through a name change. So yes, it's in Lakeview, but they break it down into smaller neighborhoods. Previously it was known as Boystown, but people thought it wasn't as inclusive as it should be, so it switched its name to be closer to what the street name it's on, so they switched it to Northalstead. And all along the main road is the Legacy Walk, which highlights all different LGBT trailblazers and icons. Right across from Out of the Closet is Slade's barbershop where I get my haircut. I definitely recommend Zoran. And next up, I think it's time for a haircut. So, haircut obtained, a lot lighter, but still kept the length. Very happy with it. So, let's get to thrift shopping. My only complaint about my haircut: now my head's cold. Thanks, Chicago winter. Northalstead is always beaming with pride, no matter the season, between the sidewalks being rainbow and having a ton of festive decorations year-round. So we're on our way to Brown Elephant, their new Lakeview location since it moved from Lincoln Park down to over here in Northalstead. But first, I think we're going to stop in at Strings Ramen for a quick bowl for lunch. And one of the main intersections here in Lakeview is Clark and Belmont, which is always fun to people watch. Enough people watching, I'm getting hungry, so let's head into Strings Ramen, just steps away from the Belmont Red Line. They have a sleek menu that goes over the history of ramen, as well as cozy decor and atmosphere. And after debating what I wanted off the menu because everything sounded amazing, I opted for the premium tonkotsu ramen. As well as I don't think you can really go wrong with the green tea, which I actually prefer the unsweetened version because I like the earthy, grassy flavor. And I got exactly what I wanted. Unsweetened green tea. The service is always fast here, so I got my ramen already, which has 3 different types of pork as well as filet. And Brian and I are twins because we got the same thing. And I don't think I have to say anything else about the broth besides...
That's good.
Strings has a very healthy portion of noodles to meat ratio, but they probably aren't my favorite noodles overall in ramen. And plenty of pieces of tender pork. Brian didn't know it was a race, but I was definitely hungry and was eating a lot faster than him. But I won over the ramen in the long run. I think I'm throwing in the towel. Lunch complete was definitely a meat lover's dream when it came to that ramen. I would probably give it a 6 out of 10. It's so heavy, but definitely was the perfect thing for a cold day like this. Before we check out Howard Brown Elephant, let's check out Belmont Army Vintage, which has been around for a while. It keeps moving around based on location, just based on rent and stuff, but let's head inside. But I would definitely describe this store as a bit thrift store, a bit vintage store, as well as a huge costume element to it. It's always festive and welcoming to all, and you never really know what to expect when you walk in the door. From holiday decor, to posters, to wigs, and lots of clothing. From everything to fun socks, to ugly sweaters, to even formal wear and dresses. No treasures today, but always fun to walk through. But we aren't done with the day quite yet. I just wanted to stop in and say thank you for getting this far in the video, and if you are new to the channel, please consider hitting subscribe to help me grow. But for now, let's keep wandering around the neighborhood. Some honorable mentions that I didn't have time for is Reckless Records, which is right here, as well as down a little bit on the block is Ann Sather's, which is a great place for brunch. Now let's finally go to the Brown Elephant. Howard Brown has the Brown Elephant, which is a thrift store, which they have 3 different locations across Chicagoland, and all the proceeds from the thrift store goes to Howard Brown hospitals, which support LGBTQ with much needed healthcare and resources, and they offer sliding scale if you don't have insurance or your insurance isn't the most well-covered one. So definitely a great resource and couldn't be in a better spot neighborhood-wise. And they're always accepting donations as well as having amazing window displays. And they even sell pirates. Originally from the Field Museum, I guess. And they always have plenty of items like furniture ready to go at good prices. And plenty of home goods, pictures, glassware, anything you really need. Never know what you're gonna find. And of course, I have to check out the board game section for any treasures or anything I don't have. And no surprise here, they also have plenty of clothes in a bunch of different styles. But I never seem to have too much luck at this location. Usually the Andersonville location of Howard Brown Elephant I do much better at. But let me know in the comments below if there are certain thrift stores that you seem to do better at when it comes to finds. Didn't find anything in Brown Elephant either today, so I'm 0 for 2. But just around the corner, to be upstairs of where we just were, is Ragstock, which is part thrift store, part vintage curated pieces. So let's head inside to our final store we will be checking out today, and don't let the stairs intimidate you. So if you like vintage fashion, or a bold pattern, or good sale prices, or weird mushroom shirts, please go to Ragstock. I would probably spend so much money in here if I had it. Really can't go wrong spending an hour or two just going through all of the vintage racks, as well as their curated pieces, because you'll never really know what type of patterns you'll find unless you actually show up and look to see what you need. But if the bright colors are too much for you, feel free to grab some camo or some snail socks. Or even a sweater with some ghosts and some matching shorts. Or your next outfit for Pride. There's things that I like here, but they're all at the price point just outside of what I'm looking for. And I feel like this is important to say, if you can shop thrifted or recycled clothing, please do and avoid fast fashion. But if you need a Christmas sweater or an animal print coat, Ragstock has you covered. And didn't find anything at Ragstock, so that kind of wraps up our little shopping day here in Northalstead in Lakeview in Chicago. This has been Brett and Coach, and don't forget to comment down below if there's anything that you would have actually bought, and make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I will see you in Coach. And one last thing, I did manage to upgrade my microphone over Christmas, so please let me know in the comments below if you think my audio quality for voiceover is much better. And if you liked this video, please give me a like, and feel free to click on one of the other videos on screen so you can keep watching Brett and Coach.